here with Alexandra Chando, who is an actress known for shows like The Lion Game and, of course, As the World Turns, but she's here as a director, which is cool. Is this your first time directing?
Yes, this is my first short, my directorial debut. Very excited.
All right, and the movie is called LPM, Likes Per Minute. I like that. Very social commentary. What made you think of it?
Actually, my writer thought of the title because it's kind of a play on BPM, beats per minute. It has something to do a little bit with what's going on in the short. I don't want to give too much away because it is so short. It's only like 8 minutes. So it's short. It's a short.
Do you relate to the character, since we're not going to reveal anything about this short? Do you relate to the main character in the film in any way about her social media?
I think we all relate to the main character.
Oh, yeah.
I would say there are parts that I pulled from my own life, but also I'm not as like I'm not as bad as the main character.
Yeah, some people, the first thing they do is post to Twitter. I know I can be guilty of that. But
I think it's now become, I mean, it's like a dopamine hit, and it's bad because like my thumb will just like go to Instagram instantly when I'm just like, I just checked it like 2 minutes ago. You know what I mean? It's actually like an addiction, and it's changing lives for like the better, but also like it could be a little detrimental.
Yeah, I mean, they even now have a tech and social media addiction centers like drugs and alcohol. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah, in LA for sure.
Oh no. Oh God.
Well, I know. I'm like, I probably get on social media more than I drink. I mean, thank God, but yeah.
I would hope so.
So yeah, anything can be addicting.
It's very true. Very true.
Yeah, and as you pointed out, like it can cause like, you know, a negative effect. One, dealing with like depression, because say you don't get likes per minute, like it can go in deep. Is that something that you've wanted to showcase in this film at all?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. That's definitely one of the big things that I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that there was depth and that we saw kind of the effect on like our mental psyche. And yeah, I mean, Instagram, not only like depression, but also like it's like the comparison game, and everybody's just kind of like showing their best life, and we're all guilty of it. And even though we know it, we still see other people's pictures, and we're like, oh, I wish I was there. They're doing this, and I'm not, and it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, social media even has been able to coin the term FOMO, fear of missing out, because you're always like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm there.
Yep, exactly.
And we all know that, like you say, everybody in the world knows that you're just putting your best self out there. But when it comes to looking at other people's stuff, we're not able to see that.
I know. It's bad. But, you know, that's our future. That's our world now. We just have to find a way to kind of balance it.
Yes, balance. And how were you able to balance being a director? Are you like an actor's director like most actors, or did you try to go with a different approach?
No, it was interesting because I shadowed a few directors on network TV. There's a director I shadow. His name's John Scott, and he's kind of my mentor. And I learned a lot from him. He's a great actor's director. But it's really interesting because with this, I'm very like conscious of how I give notes, because I know how I like to receive notes as an actress. And so then like I'll give notes and I'm like, oh, what if they don't? So then I actually almost get in my head too much about it, because I'm too like, I want to make sure that I'm not offending them, or I'm giving the right notes, or giving it the way that they want to. So it's an interesting thing. You'd think that I would be like, yeah, sure, this is easy, but it makes me kind of overthink a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's what I hear from a lot of actors who've taken it behind the camera, is like they've been in the other position, so they know how it feels, but you're also very self-conscious about, oh my God, or because you've been in that place. Has there ever been like a moment where you were frustrated with the director?
Oh yeah. Yes, I've worked with some amazing directors. I've worked with some directors who were definitely a challenge. But everybody has their own style, and everybody is, some are actor directors, some are more on the technical side. you know.
Yeah, and that's why you see most directors typically work with the same people because, as you say, it's nothing personal. It's a style thing. And, you know, when one person gets it, that's great. Were you able to work well with your leading lady?
Oh, yeah. Christina Kane was... she was the only actress in the short. She was amazing, and we met for coffee. I'd never met her. A friend had recommended her, and we met for coffee, and we had a great rapport instantly, and so it was easy to talk to her, and it was a nice time. And actually, we had an pretty much almost entire female crew, which was really interesting. Yeah. My DP was female, my writer, one of my producers, and so it was such an interesting dynamic on set because we really kind of understood each other and listened, and it was kind of cool. I had never done that before.
Well, yeah, and too, you know, especially with all the stuff going on in the zeitgeist with Time's Up, Me Too. I mean, and people are really pushing for female directors. It's great that you're able to do this. Do you think you're going to direct more projects now?
Oh my God, I want to. Yes, I love it. It fulfills such a passion for me. In a way that acting doesn't. Acting is my first love, but directing definitely it fulfills me in other ways.
Well, cool. So you say acting is your first love. Do you have any upcoming acting projects you'd like to talk about a little bit?
Not currently on the docket, but yeah, it's pilot season. We're in the midst, so we'll see.
Exactly. And two, you know, now that you're already behind the camera directing, who says you can't write your own projects? You know, get behind there.
Exactly. And also being involved with Mammoth Film Festival. I'm one of the directors of the festival. Tomek and Tanner and Theo are the co-founders, and I kind of came in, and so that has actually been such an interesting facet that I've learned, and I've been able to kind of put different skills to the test doing this and learn so much, and I've been able to really be in a creative environment. Tanner and Tomek are super creative, and their vision is amazing. So that's fueled me as well. I think that's what's really important, is like surrounding ourselves with these creatives, and we fuel each other and support each other, and yeah.
And this is your first time in being a director of a film festival as well? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is it.
Yeah. You're like, no more for me, right?
No, this is all I had time for.
Well, yeah, and this is, again, as I say, the inaugural Mammoth Film Festival, and we're so excited to be here. This is my first time working a festival as well, other than like Comic-Con, but that's a whole nother ballgame. Oh, yeah. This is like mini Sundance, as they're calling. What do you think about that title?
I think it's very flattering. I think it's a lot to live up to, but I think in our first year, we have some really amazing things planned, and we have phenomenal movies, and I think we're kicking it off with a bang. I'm really proud of what we've done and what the guys have done, and I think it's going to be a really successful year.
Yeah, and that's the thing is with, you know, Park City and their Sundance, that started out small as well. So one can only hope this can grow.
Small, and then you grow.
All right. So is there anything left you'd like to tell us about LPM?
I don't think so. I think I'm just really excited to be. I'm the lead-in for Jennifer Morrison's Sundogs. She's our closing feature, so I'm excited to be in that time slot, and that's it. I'm excited to hopefully be in other festivals with it and see what happens.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Alexandra.
Thank you.
All right.